Hey guys, welcome back. This is Thorm and welcome to episode... Okay, that was unexpected. Let's start again. Welcome back to episode 174 of our single player Tiveden world. So, in between breaking scaffolding pillars, we have been working on this building. You can see it's gone through a little bit of a transformation. We're changing a few different looks along the way. So we switched out the cobblestone base here with the same kind of block palette that we have for the building over there. And that kind of ties in the buildings in terms of the foundations a little bit. So that's a good little addition, I think. And then you can see we've added in some extra details like windows, flower bed, this kind of overhang thing here. And we'll put in these acacia trapdoors along this path, or this little bridge, or whatever you call this thing, this archway. And it's little details like this, which is trying to keep this building weird enough, but interesting enough where it doesn't look too fugly. But yeah, you can see what we're going for. Now, this thing here, I'm not sure how I'm going to finish this. This is just a bit of a thing I've been playing around with, trying to build a fireplace. There was some good comments about perhaps turning this building into a bit of a blacksmith type of theme. With a bunch of furnaces and whatnot. We might put a whole lot of furnaces down the bottom there, and then up the top here we'll put in maybe a workstation or workshop area. Not sure just yet, but we've just been experimenting with this fireplace and it's not really doing it for me right now. So something that I did notice is that I can see the smoke particles poking through these full blocks. I thought this could cover it up, but it's not the case. So what happens if we use some banners? Now we could make some pattern on these, but I'm wondering if this is enough to try and hide the smoke particles. In fact, that looks pretty good. So we might, yeah, come up with decent banner design for these things and leave something like that. And on second thoughts, we are going to move these campfires down to the bottom layer and then try and frame this in. We could maybe use spruce planks here. That kind of blends in with the flooring we have above. And then we could put in some furnaces through here maybe. Don't know if we want to set it back or bring it forward. We've got space to move it back one if we want to. So like back there. In fact, do we have any normal furnaces? Seriously? Oh. They are there all along. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe something like that. And yeah, we just have to think about how do we then do the top section. If this is all now covered up, let's see what it looks like from up above. That doesn't look too bad. We could even switch this out for maybe some stripped spruce logs. And then up here, does it still look weird? Do we need to change it? I'm not sure. In fact, we might... What happens if we move these up one? If we put those up there and then maybe put in another trapdoor. Then maybe remove the blocks behind it. This is the fun part of just experimenting, see what looks good. It doesn't look like the smoke is really sitting there. I mean it is, but it doesn't look that noticeable for the player. So that's unique. I think that's a bit different. You know what, we should probably automate this setup a little bit. So we've got two furnaces now with a chest above. So if I just throw in, there we go, 12. So both these furnaces are going to light up and the items will be pulled out underneath through these hoppers. And then we've got these two droppers facing up into a barrel. So that'll move the items into here. So we should see this fire up. There we go, we can see the items coming in. So that's just a very simple setup. I'll probably put upside down stairs or something just here to hide the hoppers. But this is a little bit of a redstone to make this area a little bit more functional. So it's not just for looks, I could actually use this if I wanted to. So check it out, we now have this downstairs area pretty well complete. It's set up for a toolsmith or a blacksmith kind of workstation. We've got all these building materials and blocks ready to go. And we've got our armor stands here ready for some armor to be put on them. You would recognize this design from our original blacksmith building. Same with the floor design, but that helps to light up the area like this. And I was just thinking about the entranceway, and I think rather than just having a door, I want to try and keep it nicely open. And I think this is a secure way to do that. I mean, we could still have someone shoot through here and then destroy maybe the armor stands, but I'm willing to take that risk, I think. I think it's a nicer way to have an opening. In fact, these might look better if I switch these out with like dark oak trapdoors. Anyway, little details like that I still need to work on. And then we've got this area here that's not finished. And I'm thinking of keeping these llamas in here. They just, every time I kept building, I just kept moving them closer to this corner. And now I've kind of made a room around them. So I figure creating some stables in here might be a pretty cool idea. And with their chests that they can have, we could maybe even store something in those chests, like bring in ores and whatnot, little details that could fill out this area. And then I'm probably going to switch out these iron bars for the wall blocks when we upgrade to the Nether update, because the walls look a lot better in the next update. I tried them here and it just doesn't look good. And I'm not really convinced the iron bars is a good look, but yeah, these are little details that we need to change still. This is still, I'm really liking this fireplace design, how you can see the smoke travel up. Still need to work on these banners, but you can see up here I've started to work on maybe a dining table setup. I'm not convinced it's going to work though, because this ceiling is an odd number of blocks. I need it to be even to really make a decent table design, or I change up this stairway and I move this to somewhere else. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Little details I still need to figure out. Well, who would have thought I would end up creating a formal dining room in Minecraft? The Swamp Village is full of surprises. But anyway, yes, I've created a formal dining room arrangement now. We see we've got this table laid out, and I was just going to put down some of these pressure plates, the golden pressure plates. Now, I know you can see the item frame poking through, but I don't know a way to prevent that. I'm pretty sure if you use the dark oak, well, it used to be either the dark oak or the spruce trapdoors, you'd see less of that. But I know with the iron and the gold pressure plates, you can see it poke through. But anyway, if you guys know a way to prevent that, let me know. But as you can see, it's the thought that counts maybe. But I wanted to make this look nice and posh for some reason. It's a bit of a contrast considering that beneath us is like a blacksmith kind of arrangement. But anyway, little quirky things, I guess. This is the Swamp Village after all. And we've changed up the staircase design a little bit to make it all fit. In fact, I'll probably like this look a little bit better. And I've also had to be a bit creative with this kind of rail here, with using a stair rather than a slab, whereas for the other chairs. But anyway, maybe you guys won't notice that if I didn't point it out. But yeah, little sacrifices had to be made. But it does look pretty good. There's still more things I need to add to here, but I had to try and make something work in this room, and it's certainly a little bit unique. And you can see we've got a skylight here to see up to the chimney stacks, although I have just noticed recently that you can't see the smoke particles through glass. So I don't know what's up with that. Let's see if we can put this back in one piece. There we go. Now for this room here, I've been thinking about this quite a lot and what we should do. And one idea I have is to try and install an enchanting room. Now the challenge is this is not centered, so I can't just put the enchantment table in the middle. It's going to have to be in a weird spot. So let's first of all just maybe try and just throw in some... Yeah, let's just randomly put in some bookshelves and see if we can make something work. Now if that's all going to count, I'm going to have to put it there, which isn't too bad. Now I have crafted just a temporary sword. Oh, well, we've got a long way to go. And we need to put in a lot more of these bookshelves. So let's go up higher there. We need to put something there. Now how close are we? We're getting there. Will that take us there? Still not. Okay, how about that one? Still not. That's a challenge. How did we get more bookshelves in here? I guess I could put one there. Doesn't look as good though, but we do have max levels now. No, I do not like having a bookshelf there. Where else can we put this thing? I mean, I could go higher, but I don't like that look either. Yeah, the challenge is to try and get enough bookshelves in here to give us the max levels, but not making it look too ugly. That might be the best we can do. So let's head on in. We've got a completed kitchen now. It's all decked out, fully stocked up, all ready to cook up a storm. So we've got our dining table now complemented with a fancy kitchen. We've got some campfires with some raw salmon just sitting on top. You do that by putting it in a campfire and then put your fish or some kind of uncooked food on top. Then you just extinguish the campfire and that will keep the items on there. So that's a nice little trick. And then yeah, very simple kind of kitchen layout. And it does fill out this part of the room. I was a little bit concerned, would we be able to put enough detail into this section? And it has worked out quite nicely. In terms of lighting, I've just got a jack-o'-lantern there to help light up this area. And then I've also hidden in some lighting up into the ceiling just there. So it's all these little things you have to try and sneak in some extra lighting to make sure we don't have mobs spawning inside your buildings. And then I don't think I've changed anything down here. Got an unhappy customer, do we? Or maybe just wanting to pick up your armor, I'm not sure. But I've added in these banners. I just did a random Google search for a banner design with an anvil, and this is what I've come up with. And really? This was a team attack. Look, your armor isn't ready. I don't know how else I can explain it. Anyway, so is that someone I just saw there? Or am I saying things? Well, I kind of want to keep you around. Can you pick that up? Oh, you can. Alright. Let's put you in here. Come on, buddy. Oh, he can't get through. Let's do that. And then let's try and be sneaky here. Aha! Alright, so we've got maybe our first zombie villager resident for our swamp village. So I'll have to convert you at some point, but welcome, buddy. What are you anyway? That's a butcher, isn't it? With the apron? Or are you a chef? Maybe you should be upstairs. Anyway, I'll leave you down here. Don't go roaming too much. Maybe I should do something with that door, because he can just try and break down that door, right? Maybe we should temporarily switch this out. There we go. He can't escape. And maybe we should try and close off the upstairs as well. Yeah, I mean, that was a little bit random. So let's come up here. I've also hidden in some lighting into this structure. These are the little tricks of the trade. And that's helping to light up this platform so we won't get any mobs spawning up here. Well, he's already come up here. That was pretty quick. You're stuck there. I'm trying to put this down. There we go. I don't think you can get up now. Yeah, I think he's trapped in there. Alright, so that's all good. And then I stepped on this pressure plate, didn't I? This is all the problems with doing this. As soon as you step on them, then this happens, where you can really see the item frame. So let's just replace that. There we go. I do want to come over and see if we killed any patrols out here. Because this is where I've basically picked up our pillagers, or a lot of them anyway, just by spotting random patrols that come around the outside here. I don't see any. Well, quite often I'll see them spawning around here, and then I'll see them... Whoop, that's just a random mob. And I'll see them spawning around here. Now, there's a better way to spot them, is you turn on hitboxes. Then you can see all your mobs around the place. Any other raids? Well, not raids, but pillagers. Because you just see the pillagers basically standing around, chilling out. And then that's how you can identify them. But looks like we've just got normal mobs over here. What's this? Cows and iron golems? What? I am speechless. Really? Well, I've created myself an iron golem farm here. How many have we got up here? That is completely... Oh my goodness. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. What has happened here? This has been overtaken by iron golems. How else can you explain it? How do I get in here again? Here we go. Let's just get nothing in our hand. And come on through. Let's turn off this. Wow. Well, my villagers are safe. It seems. I mean, did they really call in this many reinforcements? That is obscene. What do I do with... Oh. No, they can't go into the nether. That's right. I've got a fence there. Thank goodness. Although that might be a better way to move these guys out, is to try and push them through the portal. Well, any back here? Oh my goodness, they're still everywhere. They are literally everywhere. How on earth did this happen? And how do I prevent this from happening? So a couple of episodes back, there was a comment left on an episode in this series about building an upside down house. And I took that as a challenge. I feel like this swamp village and all the shenanigans going on around here, a crazy jungle tree with our strange architecture and whatnot, I think an upside down house is an excellent idea for this area. Now I have no idea how to make it look good and achieve an upside down house. I mean, who often builds an upside down house? I don't know. But we're going to give it a try. So I'm going to model this off one of the vanilla types of villages or the houses we get in the newer villages these days, which is kind of simple in design. And I'm doing that a little bit intentionally because I have no idea how to build an upside down house, and trying to model one of these houses off one of those is just going to simplify things a little bit. I mean, not too much, but at the end of the day, we're trying to create something that is a little bit of a unicorn. You don't really see an upside down house every day. Alright, so this is the roof. Yep, and the reason why I'm building it off the ground by one block is because a lot of these houses will have a chimney where the block for the highest point of the chimney is basically one block above the roof here. So we're going to have the chimney, I think, on this side of the house. So it'll be over here, and that will be connected to the ground. So that's how we're going to construct this thing. Otherwise the chimney, I think, will be in the ground itself, and that won't look as good. So we're going to try and model this out. Now, if we go that way, I'm pretty sure there are about 5 or 6 blocks in terms of the length or depth, depending on which way you look at it. I'm not sure what I'm going to do on the sides. I am going to have a chimney on this side though. That is for certain. Because we have to incorporate a lot of the characteristics of a house into this. I mean, I don't want it just to be like a cheated version of a house to make it all look good. I'm going to try and incorporate all the design features and then add in the details later. That's what I'm currently thinking anyway. So let's pretty up this section. Now, if this is the roof down here, that means we'll probably have beams running across at this level. And similarly at this level, because that's what I would usually do if I'm building one of these basic houses. And then for the walls, this is where we'll probably end up having, in fact, yeah, let's just do this for the time being. I'm going to put in a window here, because I would usually have a window anyway. And we'll have it right in the middle, I guess. Actually, I think I went too low there. Be like that. Yeah, I don't know. What do you think? I mean, already it's not looking that great. What can we try and blend it in with? Maybe we could use the stripped oak. What will this look like for the main sections? And we'll use the oak logs as kind of the accents for the outside of the house. I mean, that certainly looks better. And alright, so what do we do on the sides? I think on this side over here, what we'll do is make this one a little bit simpler, because we'll have the fireplace or the chimney thing over here. So this one's just going to be straight across. Actually, it won't be straight across. I have to keep thinking this is upside down. So these will be vertical, because this is the wall. This is so bizarre. It's doing my head in, actually, trying to think I'm literally trying to think upside down. I feel like that's what we're doing here. And it's bizarre to say the least. Alright. Now, let's try and visualize this, because this is, once we get a bit of the roof on here, which I guess technically is the floor, we can start to picture this a bit better. I think that's all right. We've got this part of the wall to do, or the roof, but we'll leave that for a second. All right, so this chimney area. In fact, before we do that, maybe we should put in the outline for the walls. Because where is the chimney normally in these buildings? It's in the middle, right? So that would probably mean we have a bit of an interior barrier for the wall. And then we would have the chimney here. Would that be right? Not convinced. I am not convinced. It's even. I'm pretty sure I need an odd number of blocks. That would be better for a fireplace. Now the fireplace goes down, so that means what exactly? It means these blocks are going to have to be removed. Now I'm pretty sure we have to make the chimney area be on the exterior of the house. So this, don't forget, is the ground level where we're standing. I want that block. There we go. And how do we make this connect now down to the ground? What if we went this way? Don't forget, these are placeholder blocks. That doesn't look too bad. And then we would end up having a wall, right? So I've now got the roof on both sides, and we've completed the other back wall. So the main structure is pretty much done. Obviously it looks a bit plain and boring at the moment, but that's because we haven't added any of the detailing. So we're going to start that now. And one thing I was thinking of, in fact, I can place a block. Yeah, I can place a block. Let's do it like this though. Because this is something that I would do on my normal houses anyway. For this kind of style, I would end up having, whoops, not like that. I thought we could jump up on that, but then again we can't. I would have these kind of support pillars, or beams, or yeah, just supports basically to anchor it down to the ground. So in this instance, we're anchoring this to the ceiling. Yeah, it's a bit hard to think about, but that's what this will be. Because the ceiling or the floor, I don't know. I have to remember which way is up here. Like, what detailing are we adding? So that'll be like that. And then for the roof, let's just call this the roof now. So this roof design, how do we connect this? I mean, we're going to have to probably put some kind of foundational block here and then connect this up to a simple roof. I think the idea is that we don't have a very high roof. Given that this is kind of like the floor, it makes more sense that this is probably like quite a flat, maybe just a single plank, or a slab rather, I should say. Because this is kind of like the anchor points. Now, do we have an overhang or not? That's what I'm not sure about. So if we are to run this all the way around, and that means for here it's going to come across like so. And then, do we make it come up one? I know it's a bit boring and plain at the moment, but don't worry, still need to add a whole lot of detailing. I mean, you saw the detailing we put into this building, and I haven't really worked on the exterior too much yet, but this is all the finer stuff we need to figure out in the building process. Alright, that looks weird. I need to change that. Now, does that look better? Yeah, I'm liking this a lot more. As we start to add in a bit more detail, I feel like it's masking the appearance of it being upside down, maybe. That's the look we're kind of going for. I've only completed this side. We can extend that across. Certainly need to change this up. This side still looks plain. But I was just thinking about an entranceway and maybe having an entrance on this part, like you can walk up into it. Could be a good look. Now, how do we do that? That's definitely better. Alright, so now we've got the detail rolling. We're adding in some more color and variation in the blocks. Looks good, and I've hidden in some, well, you can't really see it from there, but there's a jack-o'-lantern in there, so that's going to help light up this part of the building. And that looks good. You can see we'd use the same kind of trapdoor dip-down effect that we used over here on this side. I think that looks really good. So I'm going to continue that around to this side. In fact, I do have more trapdoors on me. So this is where, what do we do here? I think this comes down one, right? Yes, that's exactly what it is. In fact, do we have what? We don't have any slabs on us. Let's grab ourselves some slabs. And I want spruce slabs, which of course I don't have. So let's craft some. That will probably be enough. And while we're going to be up there, I need some flower pots, which of course I don't have. What to use? Go so with some orange tulips. Let's try and jump through the window. Makes it a bit easier. So we're going to have this being different to the other side because I don't want the same identical look on all sides. So over here we'll have this. Yep, so that's all good. I did complete that. I need lanterns. Looks a bit dark here at the moment. Let's go grab a couple. All right. Oops. Now that it's nighttime, we can take a look to see how well this is lit up. Because that's going to be pretty much all the lighting we're going to have on the exterior, I think. That's not too bad. I mean, it does look lit up. I don't think we'll have any problems with mobs spawning on the top side of this stair block. I mean, I can go around and test that, but it does look okay. What does it look like from a distance? That's what I'm curious about. You know, it doesn't look that out of place. I mean, I think if you were to stare at it, then you would know it's upside down house. I mean, it's pretty much a giveaway when you look over here. But again, if I were to put down like some shrubs and trees and whatnot, I think that could help camouflage this building. All right, I feel like we're making some good progress with this thing. And to fill in these windows, we're going to use oak trapdoors. And something I'm going to sneakily do here is have these ones not on the same level. So these are going to be sticking out of the building a little bit. And the reason why I'm going to do that is that means I can now hide in a lantern on the inside. So otherwise I wouldn't be able to have enough space for that. So that allows us to have lighting on the inside of the building as well as the outside. So that looks okay actually. So let's do the same over here. If I can sneak on out. And then let's remove these. And maybe we can pick a different diagonal. Alright. So that's now pretty much done. Now I did just add a small amount of detail over here. You can see we've got the windows, and I've also added in this kind of shutter design. I don't know, it's a bit weird, but the idea is that this could swing and close that. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that's a good look, but I thought we could experiment with that. I have seen people use this kind of shutter design where the windows swings out a different direction. But that looks good. Now for this middle section, what can we do here? I'm not sure, but I'm sure we can come up with something. Well, I've changed quite a lot for this roof to try and make it look half decent, and we've changed the block palette to make that happen. So you might notice this part is a little bit different. We originally had dark oak trapdoors. I've switched those out now for the spruce trapdoors. Looks okay, and put that down there. And for the middle section, what did I bring over? Pods are right, yes. We're going to put that in the middle and some flowers on top. So I stole these flowers from the entranceway and I've switched these out with jungle saplings. Adds a bit more green to this part of the building. Let's take a look. Doesn't look too bad. Let's close the door and get the full experience. It's at night time, so we can see what it's like lit up at night. I do feel like some of these blocks need to be switched out for oak wood. So where you see this cross section. Yeah, that's definitely a better look. So we'll have to make these changes around all the visible sides of the oak woods or the oak logs. You survived. How did you survive? Your health must be very low. In fact, no, I definitely lost the sheep. And I might have lost the llama. Whoa! Get off there, get off there, get off there. This is a dangerous place. Now for the interior for this house, we're going to have a bedroom kind of area down in the roof, or the flooring. It's very strange still, but this is where we'll have a bed probably going this direction. And in fact, we could even try and make that look a little bit more like a room by having some kind of wall like that. So it's not too blocky. Anyway, so yep, that looks good. And then we've got this raised section. I'll probably put something along here. And then over here, I'm thinking of having a smoker with a chimney, which means we can have another campfire on the roof. We always like doing that to get the smoke particles. So let's see. In fact, do I have any cobblestone? I do not. Let me grab some. It's getting nighttime again, which makes me worried. There is a reason why I sleep most nights around here. So like that. And then what design should we do? Probably the double whammy, like this. Keep it consistent. Then one in the middle. This will help light up this area. I'm pretty sure this won't be spawnable for mobs. Let's just double check that. Yeah, looks all good. Yeah, we're going to have no problems with mobs on the roof here. So that's a good sign. Things get too hectic, we can always take refuge on the roof here. All right. That looks good. Let's come over here and take a look. Yeah. Strange, right? Where you can see a chimney here pointing down to the ground and a chimney here with smoke coming out of it. It's bizarre. It's strange. But it's strange in a good way, I hope. Well, we've got an interior now added to this house, so let's take a look. It's nice and cozy. We've got a bed. Nothing should spawn in here. We've got enough light levels from these lanterns. But you can see it's nicely laid out here. We've got some storage, got a bed sleeping arrangement, a place where we can cook our food, store a few things, do some work, and then sneak out here if we want to. I know what we should do. Let's grab this. Which way? It needs to go this way. Yes. So now we can even jump out this way. Haha. So with that now done, I feel like we'll call an end to this episode before the creepers start to take over this village a little bit. We've got a fair bit done today, and you'll have to let me know in the comments. What do you think of this house? Did I succeed in creating an upside down house or not? I think it looks half decent enough. Yeah, maybe if I were to tidy up a few things, I could even probably make a tutorial out of this. I'll have to think about that. Anyway, yeah, let me know. Do you like it or do you hate it? I'll be curious to see what you guys think. Alright, thanks for watching, stay awesome, and I'll see you guys again very soon in the next one. Cheers.